am Ventures Duhay Lungsod.
I'm Yasmin Orhajudin.
I'm Annie Jane Abolo.
And I am Sherwin A. Rojas.
And we are the Study Hub 7.
Good day everyone! Today we'll be discussing a very important topic in educations, the learner-centered physiological principles. So these lessons focus on how students learn best and what factors help them become an active, motivated, and successful learners. Instead of putting all the focus on the teachers, the learner-centered approaches gives importance to the students themselves, their thoughts, emotions, goals, background, and experiences. It helps us understand that every learner is unique, and effective teachings means considering their individuals' needs and ways of learning. So these principles are grouped into different factors such as cognitive and metacognitive, motivationals and affective, developmentals and socials, and of course the individual differences. So through these lessons, we will learn how these physiological principles guide teachers in creating learning environments that are engaging, meaningful, and supportive, helping students not only to learn but also to grow as individuals. So we are the group 7 and I hope you will enjoy this topic and presentation. Good day everyone! Today I will be discussing about the cognitive and metacognitive factors. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Yasmin Orhajudin. We are going to focus on how students think and learn. First, let's start with the nature of a learning process. Learning is not just about memorizing facts, it is about the active process where students build their own understanding and meaning for their experiences. This means that learners are not just passive. They think, analyze, and make sense of what they learn. Next, the goal of learning process. Students learn better when they have the clear and meaningful goals. When learners know what they want to achieve, they can focus their effort and stay motivated, reach their objective. The third point is the constructions of knowledge. So this is the learners connect new knowledge with what they already know. This means that learning becomes easier and deeper when new information is related to the past experiences or prior understanding. So teachers can help by activating the student prior knowledge before introducing to a new lessons. So another important aspect is the strategy thinking. So effective learning involves using strategies for planning, problem solving, and decision making. Students need to learn how to organize their thoughts, choosing the right method, and adjust when challenges arise. So lastly, we have a thinking about thinking, also known as the metacognitions. So this is when a student reflects on how they learn. For example, by asking themselves, do I understand this topic? Or what strategy works best for me? So when students become aware of their own thinking process, they can control and improve their learning more effectively. So in summary, cognitions and metacognitions factors highlight the importance of active thinking, clear goals, prior knowledge, and strategic learning, and self-reflections. By developing these skills, students became independent, thoughtful, and lifelong learners.
Hi everyone, today I'll be talking about a very important topic in education, motivational and affective factors, or in simpler terms, what drives learning. We all know that learning doesn't just happen because we're told to study. It happens because something inside us pushes us to do it. That's what motivation and emotion are all about. First, let's talk about motivational and emotional influences. Our interest, curiosity, and emotions all play a big role in how we learn. When we're curious about something or emotionally connected to a topic, our brain becomes more active and learning becomes easier and more meaningful. For example, if you love music, you'll probably remember songs' lyrics faster than a random lessons because you're emotionally engaged and interested. Next, there's intrinsic motivation. This means learning because we want to, not because we have to. Students learn best when they are genuinely interested in what they're studying. When we enjoy the process of learning itself, we become more creative, more focused, and more willing to take on challenges. It's like reading a book because you love this story, not just because it's an assignment. Finally, let's talk about the effects of motivation on effort. Motivation pushes learners to put in effort and to keep going even when learning gets difficult. A motivated student doesn't give up easily. They find ways to improve and to reach their goals. In other words, motivation fuels perseverance and determination. So to sum it up, our interests and emotions influence how well we learn. Intrinsic motivation makes learning enjoyable and meaningful, and motivation gives us the energy and persistence to succeed. That's why, as future educators, it's important to create learning environments that inspire curiosity, passion, and emotional connection, because that's what truly drives learning.
Good day everyone, this is Lecturer Stuhailson, and today I will be discussing about the developmental and social factors. So developmental and social factors play a significant role in shaping human growth and development. Here are some aspects. First, we have the developmental factors. We have genetic. Genetic inherited traits and characteristics influence growth patterns. Second, brain development. Maturation of brain structures and functions impacts cognitive, emotional, and behavioral development. Third, nutrition and health. Adequate nutrition and healthcare support optimal growth and development. Social factors. Family and caregiver supportive relationships foster emotional and social development. Second is social interaction. Interactions with peers, teachers, and community members shape social skills and relationships. Third, cultural and social influence. Cultural norms, values, and socio-economic status impact development and opportunities. Interplay between developmental and social factors. First, environmental influences. Exposure to stimulating environments can enhance cognitive development. Second, social support. Positive relationships can buffer against stress and adversity. Third, socio-economic status. Access to resources and opportunities affects development and outcomes. Understanding these factors can help us support healthy development in children and adolescents, address developmental delays or challenges, foster positive relationships and social skills. So that will be all. Once again, this is Lecturer Stuhailson. Have a good day.
Good day, everyone. I will discuss individual differences factors, which focus on respecting each learner's uniqueness. Every student has a different abilities, learning style, and backgrounds. These differences influence how they understand and apply knowledge. Teachers must recognize and adapt to this variation to make learning more effective. Fair standards and assessment are also important because they provide feedback that helps students improve. In addition, a supportive and safe environment encourages confidence and active participations. In summary, respecting individual differences promote equality, understanding, and success for all learners. In conclusion, the learner-centered psychological principles remind us that effective learning starts with understanding the learner. Education is not just about teaching lessons, it's about helping students build knowledge, develop skills, and grow as individuals. By considering the cognitive and metacognitive, motivational and affective, developmental, and social and individual differences for factor, teachers can create learning experiences that are meaningful and inclusive. When learners are guided to think deeply, stay motivated, connect with others, and understand themselves, they become more responsible, confident, and capable of lifelong learning.